I have been meaning to try to get my hands onto one of these flutes. This beautiful Zhao 501. For any of you who don't know, down here in South Africa we have got a very limited choice of flutes. And so getting hold of any interesting instruments here is quite difficult unless you're willing to buy it. So a huge thank you to Petri from the Flute Workshop for letting us test out this beautiful instrument without buying it. Now, for those of you who don't know about these flutes, Zhao used to work for Powell, and then Zhao went off and he started his own range of flutes, which are these beautiful instruments. Being such a reputable maker, Zhao has created beautiful custom-made instruments, but at a really affordable price. And so I am really curious to hear what this guy is going to sound like. So it comes in this really nice kind of carrier case, which feels like really nice quality. It's got a lovely kind of fluffy inside. We love fluffy things. I probably shouldn't put my face on that. Sorry, Petri. And the inside, it has a really beautiful case. It's made from kind of like a nice leathery feeling material. It's really lovely. It's actually almost pretty much the same quality as my nice Muramatsu case. Don't tell Muramatsu I said that. And of course it comes with the usual bells and whistles, the flute cleaning stick, a lovely cleaning cloth that I did unpack very briefly, and I really like it. It's like a double-sided cloth. It's really nice. And of course the old polishing cloth as well in there. That's kind of cute. It's got like a little flute care and maintenance guide. Very cute. As I unpack the instrument, I really like this little flap here that they have. So they've got this little flap that kind of goes over the top of the head joint. I'm not sure why I like it. It's cute. Feels like it would protect the flute better. Okay, so putting the flute together, I am going to just take my ring off, taking off jewelry that might scratch it. Remember as well, when you put the head joint and the body together, you really want to make sure that you're grabbing around the neck of the flute and not around the lip plate or the keywork here. So just like that. Likewise, for the foot joint, you want to make sure that you're grabbing around the neck of the flute again, and on the foot joint, either at the end of the foot joint, or you can kind of put your hands onto those keys, keeping them quite stable, and on we go. Just to chat through some of the specs on this instrument. This is a solid silver head joint and a plated silver body. This instrument goes for probably around $1,500 and is in the same category as something like the Azumi or the Trevor James Cantabile. It has things like the B-foot, the open holes, which I know all of you want, and of course that split E mechanism. And now the moment of truth. What I immediately noticed about this instrument, it has a beautiful open sound. So some flutes have a slightly darker, kind of more inward sound. This has got a really quite bright but open sound, which is lovely. The instrument for me doesn't offer me a lot of resistance, so it blows through quite easily, which usually makes it quite a nice instrument for less advanced players to play. The keywork is reasonably accurate. I do have to work a little bit harder than I do on my Muramatsu GX. I'm going to play that for you guys in a moment just to compare. But for the category of this flute, it's pretty decent. Seeing how the dynamics responds pretty well. Let's try in the higher registers. Ooh, that's really lovely actually. The high pianissimo playing is like instantly there. It's wonderful. Probably because it doesn't have that resistance, so it's incredibly responsive. I can give the low register quite a lot of power before it cracks as well. Really lovely. Probably actually even a little bit more so than on my instrument. Again, I think that's because it doesn't have all that much resistance to overcome. It feels pretty good in the hands in general, pretty comfortable. The one thing I did notice that for me it almost feels like the instrument wants to fall back a little bit more, and as a result I feel like I have to bring my thumb up a little bit. But again, remember, every instrument is different, and it's amazing how your hands do just get used to something, and you kind of need to readjust things when you switch to a different instrument. Let's go to my Muramatsu and let's see how these instruments compare. So you can hear there, it doesn't quite have that same power in the low register. But of course, what I love about the Muramatsu is just this beautiful dark, warm sound. And of course, this instrument costs about like $5,000 more, so that would make sense. Again, what I just really noticed compared to the Muramatsu is it's a very, very, very effortless instrument to play. A great instrument if you're kind of an intermediate level player and you're looking for a step up. Perhaps you can't quite afford a $5,000 flute and you're looking for a great instrument that is going to last and stick with you for quite a while. Of course, if you have got a little bit more cash in the bank, why not go check out the step-up models to this instrument. I thank you again to Petri from the Flute Workshop. If any of you in South Africa would like to buy one of these beautiful instruments, or a Muramatsu for that matter, you can contact Petri at the Flute Workshop. Of course, for those of you who are overseas, I have dropped some links to the Flute Center of New York, which is a wonderful place if you would like to buy an instrument. You can use my promo code PRACTICE and you get a bunch of extra perks. Like, we are so grateful to have Petri in South Africa. But man, if I had access to that many flutes that I could try out and buy, I'd probably be very poor actually, now that I think about it. Okay, I'm fine. Happy practicing, everybody. I'm gonna go and practice.